All right, Axis turn, or German turn. Remember, the Allied command level for the day is 2. So I'm finally going to actually play 2 cards. I'm going to do this one. It's a command level of 1. And deploy the 9P reserves. Okay, they're all 9P. So they're going to have to deploy as a stack in the same hex. Again, recap the reserve deployment within the unit's German army area. So above this line, I'm going to be focused here. So I'm sorry, here. So that's within its 5th Panzer Army deployment area. In a road hex that's a friendly supply head, at least 3 hexes away from any non-isolated Allied unit or Allied town or city. Nuts. I was hoping I could do it right next to that Saint Hubert. So even though the unit is isolated, the town is allied, so I have to be 3 hexes away from that. And within 3 hexes of a unit of the same corps, in this case, because the division is not on the map. All right, so this road hex is in the 5th Panzer Army deployment area. It's at least 3 hexes from an Allied city and any non-isolated pieces. So I believe that's where I want them. So then on a subsequent activation, I could, you know what? I can move them down to attack this. I could send them up that way. Might we want to deploy them up there? And he has to be within 3 hexes of the same corps. Nuts. 1, 2. Oh, that works. Okay. We'll put them here. They're within 3 of that. They're at least 3 away from a Allied unit, 3 away from an Allied town. So that's fine. So again, I could use him to come here and attack. I can protect to the south. I could use him to advance the river and go up this way. So we have options. All right, so again, that cost me 1 command point. So now I can do another. I still don't like those cards. I want something with the 2 SS or the entire XLVII Corps or OKW. So let's use this guy again and just press on down here. All right. Oops. So we're going to activate these units. We'll advance 1 stack. Here, we'll advance the other stack. Here, there is a fixed artillery I could use with the LXVII, but at the same time, I might use that corps just to lean into that piece up there. Let's see, our chit draw would be 2, 3, 4 for all the steps. 4. So, I can't add 3 more to turn this into a large attack. So we're going to go with that. This does get to draw a card. He won't deploy any hidden defenders because it's the XVII airborne. And nuts. He will get an engineer's tactic, which means he gets an improved position. That's not what we want. 1 chit draw minimum. I think that's going to count. So we're at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to 2. 11 to 2. So it's 5 to 1 odds. So that one's going to apply. Okay. That at least knocks off the IP as long as they don't get any minuses. And the max draw was 4. I'm going to take 3 more chips to make it the max. 1, 2, reshuffle. And 3. Well, he's in a broken. That one won't count. It's not a 5th Panzer Army or Allied attack. No air power. It's not a large attack. No air power. Well, all we managed to do was knock off their improved position. That was pretty weak. So, off with the chips. Toss the cards. And I need to replenish 2. Hopefully we get something more useful. That's better. Can activate the entire core. There's no out of fuel issue on that card. And can activate the LXXX Corps, which includes that piece, that piece, that piece, or it gives me an assault coordination. All right. Let's hop over to the next Allied turn. They've had 3 straight impulses of bad news where they've deployed those, and deployed those. That's basically fixed their entire bulge line. All right, U.S. 3rd, 12th Corps, 80th and 5th Infantry. No special events for the day. We do have a unit to deploy. There's a 5th Division. So, go through the deployment sequence. We will attempt to use method A. It will attempt to use another unit of the 5th to be within 3 hexes. I do not have the 5th on the board. So it will be within 3 hexes of the same core, a hex where, let's see, deployment area is the bottom zone. We'll look for a hex that is proximate to a German unit, probably none. That one doesn't count because it could be surrounded. I'm not, oop. All right, so this piece does not have a zone of control. Therefore, I could move here, I could move here, I could move here, I could move here. So if they moved a piece here, deployed a piece here, we're going to look at that because it's the highest hold value. As long as that's not in jeopardy of surround, and it's not, because I could get him here. Oh, I could get him here, and I could get him here. So that's in jeopardy of surround. Not valid. So let's check these other three. If he's here, can I surround him? 1, 2. No. Even if I moved a infantry could go 1, 2, 3, but I can't get a piece here, so he would not be surrounded there. That's valid. Again, once you kind of know the rules, those are all hold value 2s. Then it's going to become the westernmost hex. So, you know, it's going to be one of these. So we can rule this one out, even if it was valid. And then this one, again, even if it was valid, it's a 2 and a 2, it's the westernmost, then, oh, I thought I was going to say northernmost, then the closest to a German unit, which would be this hex. So this 5th division, oh, nope, not next to an allied unit. So now we're looking back to that has a zone of control. So we're looking to the westernmost. So it's going to become this hex. Okay. So German unit is proximate because this has no zone of control. It's not in jeopardy of surround because to do so I would have to be able to get here and here. I cannot get here. It's not in a next to an allied piece. It's in the core area. It can trace supply. So then it's within 3 hexes of the same core. Highest hold value, westernmost hex. Okay. Then we check if there's any 80th or 5th. Only 80th because we just placed the only 5th. Any 80th that are out of contact. If they are, we would attempt to redeploy them using method A only. So there will be none because even though this one's out of contact, there's nothing within 3 hexes of this division. I'm sorry, division, army, or corps. That hex will become valid. So again, we start with the lowest numbered, since there's multiple. This one is out of contact because he cannot reach him. So he will redeploy using method A. And we were looking at the only valid hexes. And since these are within 3 hexes of the same core, they're going to be looked at. Again, not valid because they're next to pieces. This is next to a piece that does not exert zone of control. Let's double check that. Not adjacent to an allied unit with zone of control. Okay. And we cannot surround them. So once again, the solo rules are doing quite well in throwing up their lines. These, I don't think we now have a position. Well, actually, no, he's not proximate. We don't have any more positions where a German unit is proximate where that would be valid. Unless it's that one. Nope, again, he's next to a piece. Nope, that's it. So that's it for the 12th Corps card. We'll break here for a moment. All right, Axis Impulse. I'm interested in trying to get this into German control instead of having to work my way around that. We're going to activate this corps. Okay. This piece, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is moving there. Do we want to do anything with this one? Filtration. I just might. 1, 2, 3, 4 becomes 2 to 1 only. 2 to 1. I could throw infantry infiltration on it. Or let's just do a move for position. Gonna move this piece to here. Okay. Subsequent move, I could cross the river with it. This would at least become surrounded. This one, likewise, we're just going to hold. There's too many allied units to try and make something happen here. However, back to Saint Hubert. So he moved here. I'm also going to play a reinforced battle. And therefore, I'm going to bring this stack down here and hit Saint Hubert. It's isolated. So, in a nutshell, there's no allied combat tactics to be drawn. I get to draw 2 extra chits and ignore all attacker hits. So, this will be there's 4 units. Card makes 5. 2 chit bonus makes 7. It's going to be a large attack even. So, we'll draw our first 2. And the town, of course, will absorb a hit. Okay. No artillery is involved. Come on. So I'll make the max of 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No defender is adjacent. They are unsupplied. They are unsupplied. There's no air power. It's not a 1 hex attack. It's not a flank attack. All right. And the odds were 5, 6, 10, 15, 3 to 1 odds. So yeah, clearly that was not 6. So there's 2 defender hits. 1 hit is taken by the town. Since it's mechanized, it cannot retreat. So it has to take a step loss. So that's the extent of that. Unable to remove it. I'll have to hammer it again. And that's the end of that activation. Toss those cards. Draw 2 to replace. Okay. We've got a card for that. And we've got, that'll help, a 6 Panther 2 SS card. No fuel issues on the cards drawn. We'll top to the Allied. Okay. First Army. So that's all the darker green. Oh, they have reserves to deploy, so they're not going to be doing this great big activation. Deploy all First Army reserves. We've got the 75th, 3 divisions of the 75th. So the sequence will be 13, 14, 18. Okay. We will first attempt method A. So their deployment zone is from this line up. We're going to want to sit close to this core. So thinking ahead, the division's not on the map, the core is. So we're going to want German proximate positions within 3 hexes of that core. There might not be any. Because that's next to a piece. Not proximate. Not proximate next to a piece. That would be in jeopardy of surround, I believe. To be in surround, I'd have to be able to get there. 3, I mean 1 to break contact, 2 to, yes. So not that one. Next to a piece, and not proximate. This piece can go, let's see. Again, that's next to a piece. 1, 2, there we go. It's probably gonna end up being there. So I am proximate to that without jeopardy of surround. If they place it there, 1, 2, 3, 2. You know, I'm proximate there also, but that's got the hold value of 4 already. Next to piece, next to piece. Danger of surround. Not proximate. Yes, so it's going to be there. It's within 3 hexes of the same core. So, plain and simple. The first piece will go there. As we did all this, that was the only proximate locations was here and here. That one's no longer valid because he can no longer get there. So we're going to flip to method B, and method B will be placing the unit in hex occupied by unit of the same division. So since we just placed that division, in goes the others. So the one hole we had just got 3 infantry divisions stuck in it. Things are not looking well for the Germans. Next, we get to check if there's any, well, if there's any check for out of contact units and then deploy them using method A. So there's really no valid hexes using method A. You know, I don't know that we have any proximate German positions we can now reach in the zones. Okay, so that's going to be it for that card. Okay, do a German impulse next.